Hello, this is Tiffany Coral. I am presenting for EDL 856, Module 7 on internal and external publics. For my chart, I chose to use Lucidchart because I am familiar with the platform. I have used it in the past. I find it rather simple to navigate and to add on shapes and lines. I think it worked well to create the necessary chart for this module. The only two problems that I did encounter with Lucidchart is with the free format, you can only add so many shapes and lines. So I had to upgrade to a 7-day trial of the paid version to gain unlimited access. So that was a hiccup. Also, when I started presenting and practicing, I realized that you cannot zoom or enlarge the font in the presentation mode. So the size font you see here, that's the largest that I could make it, and I can't zoom that I could find. So those are two problems that I did encounter. So to get started, I am presenting on Chestnut Ridge School District Communication Publics. I'm going to start with internal publics, move to external, and then compare and contrast the differences. So for internal publics, that's any member of the Chestnut Ridge organization and when they're communicating with one another. So to begin, school board members, I would say that's at the top of the chain. So they update and change school district policies. To do so, they have to meet in person at a meeting. We did have a few Zoom meetings due to COVID-19. They sometimes will do an email exchange. All changes, they must be approved at a school board meeting in person. We do not, as teachers, communicate much with them. If we do, it is through an email. For external publics, they are welcome. So we are as well. They are welcome to attend the meetings as well as news platforms, and that's typically how the school board members get information to external publics, is that way. To move on to administrators, their task is to build relationships and rapport with all members of the internal publics. They update us on district news. They are mandated to attend school board meetings with the school board members. They use emails, sometimes phone calls, district letters, memos, and we do have in-person staff meetings to relay information or updates. Other ways that they communicate is through formal and informal classroom observations, and then we use PEATEP, which transfers the information as well to us. That is definitely a formal method of communication. In the recent months, we have used Zoom meetings when we were not allowed to be in the school building. They also have us complete webinars, as well as in-person staff trainings and developments. The way that administrators communicate with external publics is through an all-call system, which notifies anyone that signed up to receive messages, important information about school events, cancellations, athletic events, as well as our school webpage. To move on to teachers, we typically communicate in person, but we do use email, phone, between teachers and other staff members. We also have Z Drive and Google Drive, which is available to share important information and documents between internal publics. In the classroom, we use Google Classroom or Moodle, depending on your grade level. And that was definitely used more due to COVID-19 in the past months. To get information out, teachers to external publics, some teachers use classroom newsletters, others use social media. I personally use a Remind app, as well as email and phone calls to external publics. For support staff, I link that as like aides within the classroom. Other school personnel, that is custodians, cafeteria workers, bus attendants. They both pretty much use emails or have their own meetings within the school structure, and they also receive district memos and have, I believe, annual trainings. And lastly, students typically communicate in person or through email, and they do have experience with Google Classroom or Moodle, depending on the teacher. I believe that many of the elementary level teachers do a tremendous job at communicating with parents, as far as communicating with external publics. Many teachers, including myself, we spend extra hours working directly with parents to ensure their child is successful. Through that positive communication influence, I think they do have a positive view of the school, but then I think that view sometimes is transitioned when they go to middle level grades or the high school, because a lot of those teachers' approach is different based on the grade level. But I would say of all internal publics, I believe the teachers do the best job at Chestnut Ridge with communication internally and externally. To move on to external publics, they play a great impact on the minds of stakeholders, as their opinions about the school depends on the relationship and their communication. So I broke down external publics into pupil-centered, parents, and the community. So as far as pupils go, that's any club, any athletic program, former students, any other organization that's linked to the school. As far as pupil-centered, it is important with communication that they are consistent and fair. Their methods of communication are typically in person, through social media, or email. Parent groups, we have an active PTO, which is a voted on party. So you are elected into PTO. PTO organizes and works with the school. So they have fundraisers, they do special festivals. So in the fall, we do Fall Festival, we have reindeer games. They also fundraise, like I said, for field trips, as well as at the end of the year, the award ceremony. So they do help the school a tremendous amount. PTO sends home newsletters. Parents also receive report cards. They can communicate through social media, other apps, and they also receive a disciplinary code handbook. Coaches typically are parents with that Chestnut Ridge, and sometimes they're other club organizational leaders. They usually use text to communicate with one another. Parents' ability to communicate with teachers, these are things that are created by the school district and the school board. So we have Meet the Teacher Night, that's at the beginning of the year to meet the teacher that your child may have. We have Parent-Teacher Conference in the middle of November, and then we have end of the year award ceremony, but that is only for students that do receive an award. Community, so the community has a limited opportunity to visit the school. They do have some sponsorships, as well as attendance to parades, and if the school board approves it for the year, they can participate in festivals if they have their clearances, and they can also request use of facilities for a rental fee. So two-way communication is required for both internal and external publics. Having a strong rapport and involvement of all parties, including families in the community, it's a necessary token to avoid pressure groups. So I would say both internal and external publics are vital to the effectiveness and functioning successfully school district. But there are some similarities and differences between the two. So internal and external publics, they both use social media and news outlets. We also, as internal publics, we have limited control over what the news outlet publishes. So it's important that we do have that positive rapport between them. Some differences. Internal publics, you can use informal communication methods, whereas when internal is communicating with external, you typically are using formal communication, as well as the regularity of communication. So internal publics communicate on a daily basis usually, whereas we communicate with external publics more on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So to continue, Chestnut Ridge School District, some ways that we need to improve. We need to improve on involving and communicating with the community. So inviting them and having them to more events. I think overall we need to create more events to welcome the community and the parents into the school district, because their image of the school definitely is represented, especially news outlets alone. I think our administrators internally, they need to improve on their clearness and timely approach to informing staff, especially teachers, about important information and policy changes that affect us. There have been times in the past where we've found information out as teachers through the news and we didn't even get an email. So that's something that definitely needs to be improved upon. And lastly, my overall critique of my presentation suggests that there are several internal and external publics that are involved in the overall success of students. With appropriate practices in communication, I think students can be given the opportunity to find the most growth and success at Chestnut Ridge. Oral, written, and digital, all three means are used in a variety of ways throughout internal and external publics. I think the appropriate way to communicate definitely varies on a situational basis. With those few improvements that I mentioned, I think that Chestnut Ridge will provide a very clear and concise framework for communicating with our staff, our students, families, and school community, as well as other internal and external publics. Thank you very much.